everyone, it's ALISONHEIKKILA. Thank you so much for joining me. It is time for day 10 of the Spellbinders 13 Days of Craftoween. I hope that you've been enjoying this series so far. I know I'm having so much fun because it's Halloween and that's my favorite. So let's take a look at what's inside, and if you've missed any of the past videos, there's a playlist linked below. And if you want to grab the 13 Days of Craftoween for yourself, that is linked below as well. Okay, let's see what's inside. Oh, that is so fun. What a unique set. I love this because this skull can be used for all sorts of things. Like, I'm a huge fan of like Dia de los Muertos kind of imagery, and we have celebrated it for many years, so that is really cool in and of itself. And then to turn it into a flower, you don't even need to use the stem. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. It's going to be so great to use. I could definitely use my gel plates, my gel press prints in the background for this and have it like super bright and colorful. I think that we're going to need to go really colorful for this one. All right, let's get to making. As usual, I have die cut all of my pieces. You can see here that I grabbed a roll-off print from a gel press session. Look at that fabulous texture. That's from acrylic paint on my brayer. Nothing fancy. It's literally just excess paint rolled off onto copy paper. And because it's a thin copy paper, I decided to make an extra piece out of white cardstock just to give it some stability. Not totally necessary, but given that I knew what I was planning on doing for the tag, I actually kind of knew what I was doing this time, I wanted to make sure that that paper had some more oomph to it. So now, I'm going to be honest, this is the hardest part of all of the dies from the entire Craftoween so far. It's so ridiculous. So there are embossed lines to show where the eyes go, the flowers, right? But they're wonky flowers. They're not perfect. And I can't even tell you how long it took me to figure out where the flowers fit correctly. And the one on the right is still not correct. If you don't really see the embossed lines like in person, then don't sweat it. But for me, it was making me bananas, and I just kept messing around with it over and over and over again. The one on the left is right. The one on the right isn't, but you know what? You can't really tell, so it's fine. Okay, so now we're going to add the little skull to the middle of the flower. I definitely plan on using this skull without the flower. I think it's great. I love it. It's so happy. I'm going to make like maybe a whole card front with them. Just die cut it over and over and over again. Maybe give the flowers different colors. And maybe not worry too much about them lining up perfectly, but that's a whole nother thing. So now I'm making sure that the flower is going to fit on the tag. I didn't want to make the stem too long so that the flower wouldn't fit. Now we're just going to attach the little bat wings. Probably could have lowered them a little bit, but it's fine. I'm actually totally fine with it because then I had room for my sentiment and it didn't cover the wings or the leaves. Call it what you want. It's both. So now I'm going to play with the tag. I've got Dylusions sprays. I love these sprays. The colors are so saturated and gorgeous. I have lemon zest and cherry pie. I wish that my red was a little bit less pinky, only because I wanted more of a yellowy red, right? An orangey red, but it's fine. I could have used lumberjack plaid, but I really wanted Dylusions because the vibrancy is ridiculous. But the color is fine. It's just me being nitpicky, and I'm allowed to be nitpicky because color is my jam. Anyway, I sprayed that down. I used my heat tool to speed up the drying process because I am impatient. There is a little bit of turquoise on that roll-off print, which is very hard to see on film, but in person you can see it. And the flower wasn't popping off of the background enough, so I decided to go around it with my Peacock Feathers Distress ink. Ideally, this would have been done beforehand, but because I actually thought I knew what was going to happen, I jumped the gun. That's okay. It's fine. It looks good. Of course, there will be a major mishap later. I'm twitching right now just thinking about it. Usually I take mishaps and accidents like not a big deal. We can fix all the things. It's fine. But this one nearly sent me over the edge. I fix it, but that's not the point. Sometimes you just want things to work out, and sometimes you really shouldn't have inky fingers. You'll see. You'll see. So I chose my sentiment. I'm stamping it onto white cardstock. I did a terrible job. That was completely user error, not the stamp or the ink. Flip the card over, and I'm going to stamp it again. Voila. Much better. It was totally just me not pushing hard enough. Now I'm going to just give it a loose, fussy cut and figure out where I want it to go. Of course, I'm not keeping it white. I thought about it for like half a second, but then I'm like, oh no, I can't do it. I grabbed limoncello, but it's just not the right shade of yellow. So I went to Tiara. I am telling you, I don't know if you've seen me talk about Tiara or heard me talk about Tiara before. This color is fantastic. I am not a yellow gal. I really wanted yellow for this tag, but I use Tiara so much. I have got to get the re-anchor because I fear running out of this color because it is such a warm, fabulous color. I don't know what it is. I just love it. And if you see my projects, you know I don't use yellow that often, but this is just a warm, sunny, kind of gives you a hug kind of thing. Now there's the screw up. You see that? I got peacock feathers on the skull. And I don't want to tear it apart. And I don't want to have to make a new one because then I'll have to go through the trouble of dealing with those petals again. And while I've been having a fabulous time with all of the dies, the petals, again, made me a little crazy. So I tried wetting it because it's distress ink. And then I'm like, well, that's not working. So I grabbed my mono sand eraser and then I screwed it up even more. And oh my gosh, I was really frustrated. So to remedy that, as with many of the things that I make a mistake on, I grabbed Crystal Iris Clementine card bling from A Colorful Life Designs. They have over 130 colors of card bling. So seriously, you could find whatever color you need. I went with this one because I like how opalescent it is and it is not transparent. So you can't see my screw up. So ridiculous. I can't believe I did that at the last second. There are so many times that I've messed things up at the last second and I always have to kind of troubleshoot. And I actually enjoy that. I do. I enjoy figuring out ways to fix my mistakes. But this one I just didn't want to have to deal with because it was so perfect before. Whatever. The card bling is cute. I know I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but you know, sometimes you just need things to go your way. So I'm using On Point glue. This is my favorite glue to use for attaching sequins and gems. You can use Barely Arts. I just happen to really like this glue. I'm using my jewel picker in my right hand with my glue. My pokey tool in my right hand with my glue. And then my jewel picker in the left hand. And it just makes it so much easier to get the pieces off of the waxy tip of the jewel picker when you have that pokey tool ready to go. And you don't have to keep putting things down and picking them up. And super easy. I grabbed a gorgeous turquoise ribbon that goes really nicely with the bits of turquoise and teal that are in the tag. And that's it. Finished it. I feel better now. It looks good. I like it. Come back tomorrow for day 11 and I will see you soon. Hope you're enjoying this series. I know I am. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.